What is earnings per share? To define earnings per share, I actually want to start by defining earnings. And earnings is also known as net income, and it is the increase in book value of equity from one balance sheet to another. Now remember that a balance sheet is like a snapshot of a moment in time. So earnings is the increase in equity in the book value of equity between the time that one balance sheet was taken to the time of another one. So it's the change in the book value of equity that occurred in the period of time between the two balance sheets. And now that we have a definition of earnings, earnings per share can quite simply be understood as taking this number that we have calculated as earnings and dividing it by the total number of shares. And earnings per share is really important because it's used in the price to earnings ratio, which I have a whole video on and I'll put the link in the description for. But basically, the price to earnings ratio tells you how much earnings you're getting in relation to the price of a stock. And the lower the price to earnings ratio is, the better. So I'll just demonstrate a quick example now of how to do an earnings per share calculation. And by the way, I want to point out that earnings per share is also known as EPS. So if you hear someone talk about EPS, it just means earnings per share. So in this example, we'll look at Company A, and Company A has an earnings or a net income of $1 million for the time period that we're looking at, and we'll say that there are 2 million shares of Company A. So to calculate earnings per share, it's quite simple. You simply take the earnings or the net income and divide it by the total number of shares. So in this example, we will take the $1 million and divide it by the 2 million shares for an earnings per share of 50 cents. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you learned something today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more finance-related tutorials and videos. And thank you for watching.